You should be able to hear me now. Hello to those of you who are joining me on the stream. I am the monger of chill, and Jonathan Majors is the subject today. He's the subject usually. He's the subject, him and Recast T'Challa. So lately, I'm aware. I'm aware of how much I talk about the same things. I'm tired of talking about the same things. But lately, there's been Recast T'Challa news explaining yesterday's stream. And now there's Jonathan Majors news explaining today's stream. If I go to Screen Geek, we'll read the biggest, probably most notable, the exclusive news story that they've got. And let me turn on the view, the one that I like, where I'm the right side. There. Screen Geek says to us, exclusive, Marvel's Kevin Feige considers bringing back Jonathan Majors to the MCU. Marvel Studios boss Kevin Feige, they just repeated it in smaller font. It was bold letters and larger font there, and then smaller over here. And then it says, at one point, Jonathan Majors was being set up to follow Josh Brolin's footsteps as the next overarching Marvel villain. His character Kang the Conqueror was established with several appearances that would have led to Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars. In 2023, however, Marvel Studios cut ties with Jonathan Majors after he was found guilty of a harassment charge, which is a violation, and then the misdemeanor of reckless assault. He was not guilty of intentional assault and aggravated harassment. And he didn't deserve to be guilty of any of those things because he's the one who dialed 911 for the cops who showed up and said, "Oh, you strangled her." And then they dropped that. You can't even hear the body camera footage on the cops because that's how corrupt the system is. They muted everything and you can hear them lying on him. He's the one who dialed 911 for her. He spent the whole night away from her. He went to the hotel, slept that night there while she went to the club. Bottles on his credit card, stole his phone, never returned it. She is just lying about being hurt. The driver inside the car that they were in said, from the sounds that were produced, and from what I've seen, he said that she was doing everything and he was doing nothing. In this article, all it says was he was convicted of assault. Listen, those 6 members of the jury got it wrong. Or they saw 4 charges and they're like, all right, let's give them the lesser of the charges. Call it splits. Trying to do that kind of rationale. They're dealing with this man's life. They didn't have enough proof that he injured her finger. But they said that he injured her finger, even though there's video of her perfectly fine using her finger in the club after it was supposedly injured. 3 hours later, she's returning home from the club. She uses the injured finger to hit the elevator button. She has those injuries later on in the day. 11 hours later, she's got those injuries after she's been with him. An expert said these are consistent with someone who falls on herself, like it's trauma. I'm not going to use words I don't understand. I'm going to just say that the expert says this is how it hurts when a finger. If it's not a car door closing on you, it's not about squeezing, because if it was squeezing, then the other fingers would have been broke. Like she broke down how I hear her ear wasn't the fault of Jonathan. Everything in Jonathan Majors' body language after that also happened. What shows us, like on the streets, shows us he didn't do it. His face was scratched and it was bleeding because of her. He took a photo of it like at 2 a.m. It says the photo. And were they allowed to show this photo to the jury? No, they were not allowed to show the jury this picture of Jonathan Majors' face bleeding, of his skin being scratched, that he was the victim of any of this. So while the article says he was convicted of assault, they're not mentioning the kangaroo court that this was. I got some people who just jumped in here, actually, so let's stop reading the article for a sec. Unerring Spy, hello there. Majors for T'Challa? Dog, I'll take T'Challa, even if it is a guy who was acting in this universe before. Yes, that much. No, not that much. Thank you, Trinity, for being here. I'm really hoping they give him his own movie. He deserves it. Just do it after the reboot. Do you think that the reboot will be Avengers Secret Wars? I wouldn't call that a reboot. Maybe a reset. But just reboot to me is what DC is doing now, how they're just starting over, right? Don't worry about any other movie. This is the canon now. That's a reboot. Lance says that he's just subbed. Thanks. Return for Majors to the MCU. I highly doubt this rumor is any true. Let's keep reading this exclusive, okay? Let's keep reading this one. Does anyone think this article released on purpose before Magazine Dreams? Ooh, you're one of those people, huh? So sometimes news can release at certain time. Well, what about Nate Moore making the statement he made yesterday because it would be swallowed by the Fantastic Four trailer news? Now that we're thinking, huh? Huh? He'll be introduced as the real Tony Stank. Tony Stank. Sissy Majors is here. Hello, Sissy Majors. Hello, hello. Kangaroo Court. Boom. I didn't mean it. I wish I was that smart. I didn't mean it like that. More of a soft reboot. Yeah, sure. So, just though studio head Kevin Feige now reportedly wants Jonathan Majors back in the MCU, aka the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm gonna show you one thing about Kevin Feige, and this was when he was promoting the Deadpool movie from July. Okay, sitting down with Screen Rant.
I want to ask this because one of the upcoming Avengers titles was Kang Dynasty. Is Kang still a villain in an Avengers film?
Do you know, I've done a number of interviews in the last couple of days, and you're the first person to, I give you credit for just outright asking the question. And I'll give myself credit for trying to evade it and avoid it entirely.
Well, I give you credit for avoiding it.
Thank you.
Working with Sean,
When he says he's trying to avoid it entirely, doesn't that now we heard that exclusive, doesn't that now go, maybe he's only saying that at that time so that more time can pass. He can distance himself from the shock, from the verdict, from all that. Jonathan Majors will have a movie come out. He will return to society, and it won't be Marvel being the first ones getting him back. They won't have to bear the weight of the Jonathan Majors return, should there be blowback. Because you don't say something like that unless you have plans for him. If you don't have plans for him, no, unfortunately, I don't want to get into the details of it, but our relationship has ceased. He'll say something like that. But dancing around it kind of makes you think that there is something coming. And I'm imagining this, like, I'm not saying this is like for fact. I'm just saying when we put these two things next to each other, I can't get into the brain of Kevin Feige. He's the guy who killed T'Challa. He killed the greatest black character ever happened. I don't know. I don't want to ever get into that guy's head. Can't put words into his mouth. Black Panther first appeared in Fantastic Four. Probably didn't want people disappointed thinking he would pop up when he is not going to. If they wanted to bring him back, that would be the best way. Oh, you're talking about recasting T'Challa. Yeah, I can see that. I'm for any way of recasting T'Challa. Just make sure it's not Toussaint. Make it T'Challa. Yeah. I think he'll be back if Wesley Snipes can come back. Anything is possible. Tax invasion. Oh yeah, I don't. Wesley Snipes doing that isn't the same. It's not personal. It's just like when you tax evade. Doesn't that just mean that you didn't pay your taxes? Like, how's that? How? I don't know. Maybe some patriotic people say that's the most American thing you can do is pay your taxes. Maybe. To me, it doesn't hit the same way as if someone's convicted of doing something. If you believe he did it to the woman, like I don't think enough time can pass. I'll always think, no, Chris Brown. No, Chris Brown. Because Chris Brown, when it first happened, wow, shock. And I'm going, that's wrong. How could he do this other thing? Today, I'll even say like 5 years back, I started thinking, am I the same person who I was when I was a 18 or 19-year-old? No. Do I, like, as wrong as it is, which he does know it's wrong, how mad can I be at Chris Brown? Like, Rihanna got over it, right? So I don't know. I think time heals all wounds and people deserve second chances. But I'm not saying Jonathan Majors did anything like he deserved a second chance. He should be on his first chance. But why am I talking in this? I talked myself into a hole for some reason, talking about second chances and whatnot. I forget where I was because I got distracted by this yellow from Sissy Major. She says, "Thank you so much for all your support. The support is not coming to an ending, Sissy. When that Magazine Dreams movie is in the movie theaters, I'm doing that. I'm taking that photo. I'm doing like the photo right outside the poster right outside the auditorium. You'd be like that. I'll do the same pose Jonathan does. Get shirtless for him. Obviously, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna get shirtless. Not shirtless. I'm gonna do the little pose that he does in the poster. I'm trying to make the trend. It's going to be a social media trending challenge. It's going to be the take the photo outside. See if we can get that going. But Magazine Dreams, as I was saying, for years, like ever since they put the movie to bed, when it does return, we all have to show up and support the movie with movie ticket. We can't give them the, oh, see, Jonathan Majors doesn't make money anymore. He has not failed. She said yes. Is that to the shirtless stuff? To the poses, yes. To the pictures, yes. When Jonathan Majors' movie is out there, like it's up to us to prove, no, this guy's still viable. The effects of that last month, the month-long trial, the freaking week-long verdict. Remember how long it took for the deliberation to happen? All that, we need to let them know, like, yeah, this little misdemeanor thing isn't really slowing him down talent-wise. Hollywood, I hope, isn't thinking that way. After the Creed stuff that I heard about today, I'm pretty sure he's fine. I know it's two different situations. It's a reasonable thought. I agree. Time does heal and people forget. Yep. Why not shirtless like Beau DeMayo? Oh, maybe I should do my Beau DeMayo. I'll DM him. He follows me on Twitter. I might ask him. Nah, I'm not going to ask him. People will forget as soon as someone else, as soon as he does the Club Shay Shay interview, all will be well. Okay. Ooh, wrong screen. The Kang Dynasty Avengers Secret Wars. Something MCU. Let me read the next paragraph over. The actor was first dropped by Marvel in December, not long after he was found guilty. Yeah, 20 minutes. On 2 misdemeanor charges. It was 1 misdemeanor charge, 1 violation. That followed after a March argument from his girlfriend, Stephanie. The legal situation shook the entertainment landscape, and as a result, Majors lost several roles in addition to being dropped by Marvel. In April, he was sentenced to 52 weeks. I thought he was sentenced in February. I got that wrong. He was sentenced in April. So his 52 weeks aren't near up. He still has to do 2 more months of it. Was that 8 more classes of it? 9 more classes of it? At an in-person DV intervention program. He'll be promoting this, and he'll still have to go back to the computer and talk to his intervention program person, counselor. I can't wait for him to have that monkey off his back, so to speak. Just shed it, just be relieved of all of these, all the nonsense. There's only one last remnant of that case. His trial, not his trial, but his civil case. His civil case is over with, signed, done. There's no it was rejected with precedent, with prejudice. It was gone. Like, that's dismissed now. No more problems when it comes to this woman anymore. No problems with the district attorney. He's good to go. He's clean, and that's awesome for him. According to our sources, Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige is considering bringing Jonathan Majors back into this film universe. The idea is for Majors to appear in a future Marvel project to wrap up some loose ends with Kang and close the character story. So that would just be one more appearance, I guess. Just one more Kang or microverse, quantum realm storyline. Yeah. As a what? As a thank you? Now I'm thinking about, why? Do you just need to fulfill your black quota? And, you don't want to have to elevate a true black superhero, so we'll just get the race swap guy. Hey, come back here, Jonathan. We're doing you a favor. I'm looking at it like that. As much as I support this guy's, I maintain his innocence and support him as a human being. I'm against lying on people to try to ruin their careers, and I'm against the police and their lies. As much as I'm against all that stuff and how much you've seen love for him, he's still playing a white character. I don't see this as advancement. I view this as a studio was only gonna use X amount of black characters, and what a waste that a black character is actually a white guy. Like, one of these black castings that rarely get used. It's not used to elevate a black superhero like, I don't know, Blue Marvel Adam Brashear, freaking Sam Wilson Falcon. It's not a black IP. This is a white superhero identity or villain. And that's another thing, guys. Representation's more than just the attendance of having them on screen. We need to have them on screen. And they gotta be positive, joyful, you know what I mean? Like, the reason for the representation is to humanize. It's to bring awareness, bring warm feelings, bring like humanize. I should have just said humanize. And when we get black characters, yeah, but they're playing race swaps, or yeah, they're playing villains. Like, we don't need a larger on-screen presence of black people that you can hate. We need the superheroes, the ones who save the world. So just don't ever fall for those we cast everybody. Well, what are they cast doing, huh? And what are the stereotypes they're fulfilling, huh? If I want to hate somebody black, I'll turn on the news and I'll see the programming that they've got for me there. Is he going to be in Creed 4? Let's get there. Let's get there. People will forget as soon as someone else do something. They really should get Majors to do Spawn. Jamie Foxx might have that. And then Spawn, I hope they do a version of Spawn where his skin is present and he's not like skin not present, because that's part of it too. They'll do the black casting and then the character who's a princess turns into a frog for half the movie. It's Disney, baby. They cast Will Smith to be the genie, but he was blue. Excuse me. You didn't hear that. I muted myself. So the next thing to talk about is the last part of the article. It says Kevin Feige and the studio worked hard to restructure Avengers Kang Dynasty into Avengers Doomsday. They replaced Majors' Kang with Robert Downey Jr. And Robert Downey Jr. told us that they've been talking to him even before the guilty verdict. So let's not forget that one. He slipped when he mentioned that. I'm sure they didn't want him to say that. Who will now be playing Doctor Doom instead of Iron Man. That's bull. He's playing Iron Man, guys. It's a red herring. They just said he's playing Doom, so they don't have to explain why Iron Man is back. Why is Robert Downey on set every day? Does that mean Iron Man's back? It was a lie. He's playing Iron Man, okay? Not Doom. Majors is set to appear in the upcoming film magazine Dreams, March 21, which was previously delayed by the aforementioned legal issues. And he's also attached to star in Martin Villeneuve's film Merciless. So whether or not he does make the return to the MCU, audiences will still see Majors projects in the near future. It is so important you see those movies. Bring a friend. Help this movies tickets. You may not think you're doing much because we're talking about box office grosses of millions. Just help. Just try, because it would be super embarrassing if this movie only grosses $9 million. Maybe because of your movie ticket, it grosses $9 million and $10 because you gave a movie ticket to it. Like it's, use your social media. Don't underestimate. When you see a big post, retweet that post. When you see the interview with Club Shay Shay eventually, retweet that interview, clip it, like comments underneath the shade room that say nice things about him. Change public perception. Do your part in fulfilling this guy's career. They're trying to take that from him. Now, the good thing is I don't have data that I can show you to say it worked. Stephanie and the Manhattan DA has ruined his career. I can't show you that because there's no box office to go to since March. His last movie was Creed 3 in March. So I can't tell you he's failing or he has failed, but we're in the process of them trying to ruin his career. We need the studios to know that this Sundance Film Festival award-winning film, Magazine Dreams, is going to be watched by all the film artsy-fartsy people and the audience of people who just want to see Jonathan Majors' career resume. And imagine the roles he has in the future that he could be using to uplift. Imagine if this guy's career is fine. He's already a name. He already has the Marvel stamp. He's a 35-year-old, so like the next 30 years of him, he'll be doing movies. If we're looking at the Denzel Washington, who's 30 years later, still doing movies, imagine what we could be getting. It's so important that this movie gets seen, even if you don't see a movie of his for the next 30 years. It's important that you pay a movie ticket for this movie, Magazine Dreams, on March. And Merciless is coming later on. He already filmed it. He filmed it in the fall. Magazine Dreams comes later on. How you feel about Valentine's casting? I don't know who Valentine's is. How you feel about Valentine's casting? No, I don't know who that is. Hello, Zimmy. What happens if Jonathan's new movie makes more than Captain America? No, Captain America. So you're talking about the Falcon movie, right? Sam Wilson's movie will not gross $100 million or something small like that, right? Magazine Dreams will not reach something as high as $100 million. At least I don't think it will. So that's like the Marvels grossed 200 million. That's the lowest Marvel has ever done. Don't worry about something like that happening. So you said Valkyrie. How do you feel about the Valkyrie casting? Same as Kang? Oh right. Tessa Thompson, she's a Caucasian character. That Valkyrie is a Norse mythology character. They got somebody black to play her. It's temporary representation. They get to fulfill their black quotas for their Thor movies and for like every movie has. And they're not going to be elevating a black character because of it. They've got Idris Elba to play Heimdall, who in comics is supposed to be a boar, a like animal. They got Idris Elba, and then they got Tessa Thompson, and that's black enough. They fulfilled their black. Damn, if I knew you guys had these black fulfillments, I would have loved for you to actually use and elevate a fucking black comic book character, but they avoid doing that while appearing to be progressive. It may appeal some people, and they may feel better about themselves in the boardroom. We're doing black because look who got cast, Tessa Thompson, Idris Elba. In the long term, you're not progressing. It's not advancements. It keeps the same amount of black characters. Everyone wanted Kiki Palmer to play Rogue. She could do the Southern accent. Is race essential to that character? Well, when I know you only have X amount of black castings in this X-Men franchise, I would hate for it to go to a white character. I don't want a black Magneto. What if it was a genocide in this country? It was Rwanda. What if it could be? It could still be. What's it? It could still be Magneto. It could still do work. No. Long term, we're not launching with the greatest chance we've ever had for black superheroes. The superhero genre has never been hotter, and we're just making white superheroes more popular with our black castings. No. Well, Yahya Abdul-Mateen playing Wonder Man. No. Falcon 1 will open to at least $80 million in the US. I can see something like that. I can also see 50 million. I'm not like rooting for it. I'm not rooting against it. I'm so neutral on that movie. You got to go to dinner. Peace out, Michael. We now go. I'd rather give us Temper or a new character. Lawrence, Temper. No, I'm not doing that. Look, if they can show me that they're behind a black character, I can get behind it. It's got to be a genuine effort. Temper is not in the top 10 of black X-Men characters, but even if she's in the X-Men book right now, the main X-Men title, she's not top 10. So many more other candidates I'd rather be promoting. Let's go to Jonathan Majors news. That's next. So I touched on the exclusive for his Marvel. Everyone wants him to win. Marvel's the biggest. If he can get returned to Marvel, that'd be great. I'm still kind of mad that they did get rid of him and they affected his career in that way. But even though, it's still something happy, something good. The next thing to talk about is from Super Jin. You ready for this? Click. Stop sharing. Present. First, he tells us, you want a Creed scoop? A Creed 4 scoop? What's his Creed 4 scoop? Exclusive. Michael B. Jordan is directing again, and Jonathan Majors is set to return. The script is done. Creed 4. He's gotten some things right in the past. Is it that most accurate news source? No. Super Jinsaku is not. But the silence from Michael B. Jordan over the last few months, the time he posted on his Instagram about Creed, and he didn't use Jonathan Majors' photos, but he used like 10 other photos on the slide. All of that may be forgiven because now that Jonathan Majors' friend appears to be his friend, has power, has the reins, he can direct, it looks like part of the script of Creed number 4 will feature Diamond Dame Anderson. Michael B. Jordan came through. As upset as I was for his silence, Let's say he was making a business decision to not associate with someone who's got an ongoing case. When Michael B. Jordan now, with his directing, if this is believed to be true, as we are all happy to hear that Michael B. is doing this, if it's believed to be a true scoop, which I'm treating it as it is, Michael B. Jordan was playing the long game. He was waiting to get his director's credit and then waiting to get some influence on the fourth Creed movie. He went over to MGM, whoever's in charge of this film, Warner Brothers, I think it might be. Who he went to the studio and he said, "My friend Jonathan Majors is part of this film." Yeah, to us, it seems like he was quiet and it seems like he turned his back. According to this scoop, let's read it again. Exclusive. Michael B. Jordan is directing again. Jonathan Majors is set to return. Script is done in Creed 4. Jonathan Majors is returning back to the big screen to another movie, another film franchise, bro. This is a franchise. Rocky, Creed. These movies are going to gross $300 million. This is something. This is cool. It's not Marvel, but it's something. And he will return as if nothing happened. They're going to have Diamond Dame. What's he up to? What is Dame up to? Is he going to be friends with Michael, with Adonis Creed now? Will he learn sign language to speak to the girl? Is he going to have a girl of his own or boy of his own? Where will we see him? Will he be just at the gym? He'll just be around also training the next generation? Is he going to be a sports commentator? What is his role in Creed number 4? I'm not sure, but I'm amped just like Big Brother's amped. Creed 4 is probably better for him than Kang. Yeah, you could say that. I could say I'd like the role and what it represents more better than what Kang is, which is a white character. But I could also say more people will view him in the Marvel movie. And it's about getting eyeballs also. They both have their benefits. Creed 4 is probably better for him than Kang. Look, he's getting both. If this is believed to be true. If both exclusives are true. Michael B. Jordan posted Magazine Dreams on his Instagram story. Get out. Did he really? But stories go away after 24 hours. I know that Kevin Hart liked the post on Megan Good. Oh my God, you're right. That's crazy. He posted on his Instagram story, Briarcliff, Magazine Dreams. Shut up. Hey, and he got the clap emojis and the fire emojis. Michael B. Jordan, thank you for sharing this. Michael B. Jordan, 8 hours ago, posted an Instagram of his boy. Wow. I wasn't even sharing the screen. I'm sorry, people. I'm so sorry. I wasn't sharing the screen. Here, let's try it again. Screen. Let's go to Michael B. Jordan's page. Screen share. Pretend let's react all over again. Oh my God, it's true. He's got the clapping emojis, the 3 fires. Michael B. Jordan, 8 hours ago, posted a Magazine Dreams Briarcliff, the trailer, on his Instagram story. Wow. All right, there. Nah. Yeah, thanks everyone. Sorry for that. So that's crazy that Michael B and him are on good terms, eh? Playing the long game. I take back every assumption I made on you, Michael B. Jordan. I thought you were a sellout. And here you are going, nah, I'm going to be part of this man's rehab. He's getting back. He's going to be in my movie, right? Yeah. Everyone check out Magazine Dreams. That's the solidarity that I've been looking for in Hollywood. Jonathan Majors has found it. The media and the sit-downs he's going to be doing, we know Whoopi Goldberg is part of Harlem, along with Camille, along with Megan Good. Whoopi Goldberg and Megan Good are probably on good enough terms where when he appears on The View, it'll be a home game. Should he appear on The View? Club Shay Shay. He's got to hit the radio stations up. Hot 97. He's got to hit radio stations in Texas. This guy's going to be a big boy. Do big boy. You'll be fine over there. Yeah, man. Thanks for Gank for sharing that with me. Michael B. Jordan knows what it is. Yeah, it didn't seem like it at first, but Michael B. Jordan knows what it is. 2 of the biggest franchises, the Rocky franchise, the Marvel franchise, and Majors is in good graces, according to these exclusives and then circumstantial evidence, He is back in good graces with these people. Check. What did my thumbnail say? It said all three of these franchises check, check, check. Yeah, it's a check mark on the boxes. He's able to bring his acting talents because they're going to benefit. The studios benefit from him to the franchise of Magazine Dreams, which is back. Searchlight has sold it to Briarcliff, and Magazine Dreams is in the theaters 2 months from now. We got Avengers 5, and we got Creed number 4. All three of the movies we believe for him to have lost are back. He's lost a couple of management and some other people who don't really matter, but the work he worked on for Magazine Dreams, it's not going to go shelved and iced out for the rest of eternity. It is on the movies. The next thing over, his Avengers character, Kang the Conqueror, they're going to look to close his storylines out. And even if that is just a 5-minute role and he's not like the main villain of the next thing, that's still something. That's still being on screen in Marvel, being viewed by many, normalizing your status as a working actor in Hollywood, keeping your name fresh, seeing you perform, who knows the performance you're going to give. That's a plus. And then closing it out with Creed 4, his character Diamond Dame Anderson is back. Good week for Jonathan Majors. It's really up to us still to pay the movie ticket. I can't emphasize it enough, and I don't want to be redundant, so I'll stop there. We are 31 minutes into this. If there is anything anyone wants to say to me, speak now or forever hold your guys' peace. Basco scenario. Sissy Major says awesome. It's awesome. It's uplifting. It's nice to know. It's relieving. It's like stress relaxing. It's just this guy has a chance for all of the Stephanie nonsense to not affect his career. His career is a long time. His acting capabilities can be used to make franchises, bro. He could be in the next Children of Blood and Bone, in the sequel of that. Children of Pain and Anguish, I think it's called. There's another sequel. There's 3 books. He could be one of the characters in that. Work on his Nigerian accent. Let's see him. Let's challenge. Let's see if he can do something like that. Be part of the superstar cast with Tosin Cole, Thusu Mbedu, with Lashana Lynch, Viola Davis. Let's see if he can join Damson Idris and Idris Elba. It's about the future, and there's nothing more powerful than March 21. Did you see what they said about Black Panther not recasting T'Challa? Yesterday's live stream talked about it. It's just as long as this live stream was, 32 minutes. And Mike says, first Jey Uso wins the Royal Rumble. Now this, what a week. Bro, if you were a Lakers fan, you would say, Luka Doncic got traded? What a week. If I'm Jonathan, I'd show up at a Lakers game. I just do normal stuff. Be ever present. You're a part of society. You are Hollywood. Show up at these events. Go to the WWE. They're doing these Matthew McConaughey sitting front row. They do all of these celebrity cameos. One time Macaulay Culkin was there. The crowd all went crazy for him. Sit next to Megan Good at a WWE event. Maybe the wrestlers will talk some trash about you. Like, you can have some fun in the WWE. Like Matthew McConaughey, your co-star in White Boy Rick, did the same thing. If I'm Jonathan Majors, I'm just thinking about what is free media and attention I could be used just to, like, to get my face out there. Like, I'm a contributing part of society. And then plus promoting this movie. I heard Dre Mack say that there's a tentative date for their interview or whatever it is. So look out for that on his show. I'll promote it here on my channel the day it comes out. I'll do a community post about it. And with that is that, bro. The Pantheon weekly live stream every Thursday comes this Thursday with myself, with Darius of Planet Fanatics, with Marcus of Back of the Bus. That's the next time you will see me going live, unless something major happens. Something major in entertainment happens. We're getting major things happening in politics. We're getting President Trump. Gaza, he's saying, well, we're going to renovate it and we're going to put some U.S. troops there. We're going to ethnically cleanse them of their land, you know. Shout out to Donald Trump. Shout out to the Democrats. Shout out to the Democrats and the Republicans for just alley-ooping one to another. They're all being paid by an Israeli foreign lobby called AIPAC. I'm chill. I'm out. Thank you for the super chat to Sissy Majors. She's just thanking me with $9.99. Appreciate you. Mike, DM me. I'm gonna talk to you in a second. Bye.